What's up, guys? WWE Fan Talks here. Today we're bringing you a long-awaited belt video review. I've had this belt and I've been super pumped to show you guys. This is a championship I bought and I wanted in my collection for quite some time. And again, before I start this video review, typically over the years since I've started doing belt reviews, I started doing this YouTube channel when I was about, I don't know, 15, 16 years old, and now I'm 22 years old. So you can kind of see this development of YouTube, the fan base, people becoming more knowledgeable in the belt community, getting their opinions. But I'm one of the OGs back then, you know what I mean? Like, I'm one of the first YouTubers that started with the belts and kind of made that a big thing. And so now, like, you know, everybody has their opinions and opinions about where you get your championships, who you buy your championships from. And sometimes people think based off of who you're buying it that you're almost pushing it and influencing it on the consumers. I don't really consider you guys consumers. You guys are part of my community. You guys are a community. And I would never force you guys to buy something and influence that on you guys. Like, I know I promote Ringside Collectibles and I do my discount code and whatnot. But as for belts, you know, I'm not going to force somebody to buy the belts where I buy the belts from. Like, if you want to buy them, go for it. You're more than welcome to buy these belts. And I really hate that I have to give these talks every time I do about video reviews, so there's not a war in the comments. Like, for those of you that want to start some stuff in the comments, remember, don't do that in the comments. That's not what my YouTube channel is for. My YouTube channel is supposed to be peaceful for people to give their opinions, to talk about stuff, but not to go off and get in arguments with me and other people in the community. If you do have something personal you want to talk about, if you don't agree with my belt video review, you don't agree with somebody I buy my belts from or somebody I collect my belts from, or heck, even where I get my action figures, hit me up on Instagram and tell me everything that's on your mind, and we'll talk about it. But as for this channel, it's not what it's for. So remember that when you're watching this video, this is for your pure enjoyment because it makes me happy to make you guys happy. So let's get started with this belt video review. I really have to give those talks every time I do about video review, but I know how people are. So anyways, let's get this video review started. We have the brand new, I wouldn't say brand new, we have the classic WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Don't get it confused with the WWE World Heavyweight Championship Network logo. I'm talking about the big gold, the OG big gold, not the NWA, not the WCW. Talking to the WWE Big Gold. This is the title I grew up with as a kid. The likes of Jeff Hardy, Edge, Triple H, The Undertaker, Chris Benoit, Randy Orton, and a plethora, John Cena, Alberto Del Rio, Sheamus, so many different guys. Brock Lesnar held this. He was actually the last guy to hold this championship. So anyways, we got this belt right here, right now. I did pick this up from Mock Belt, and I did do a video review on a Mock Belt belt. A couple months ago. Where did I put that? You know, it's actually in my room. The United States Championship, the classic WCW United States Championship. Make sure to go check that video review out. It is a very entertaining one, and I love that championship. It's so beautiful. But we've got another one here. This isn't the U.S. title. This is the World title. Let's get it unveiled right now. This has to be one of the most detailed belts I had in my collection, and I'm super pumped I got this one. But let's get it turned around and revealed to the public in 3, 2, 1. Boom! And there is that big gold beauty. I'm not sure how it's showing up on camera just because of the lighting and it might be glaring. But man, this is so realistic. It is such a gorgeous piece, and I'm so pumped to have it in my collection. The leather feels very nice and flexible. We got that dual plating. It's not dual color plating. It is a dual texture plating. So we do have a shinier plating on top, and then below we have that gold nugget kind of look. But it is absolutely beautiful. You're going to get an up-close look at this in just a few seconds. And we're going to get a nice up-close detailed look at all the features on this championship right now. So let's put this title down right now, and let's get started. Alright, so we have an up-close look at this beautiful big gold championship. You guys do notice right here, if you do notice, it does say Tanner right there. I wasn't really sure what to get, whether it was Randy Orton or John Cena, or I don't know. And you know what? I just decided to put my own name on there. It might be a little goofy, but you know what? It's cool to see your own name on a prestigious championship like the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. But here we have the WWE logo up there. It says World Heavyweight Wrestling Champion. We got that nice crown with all the jewels. We got the red jewels coming throughout on all sides. But my favorite part of this championship has to be the texture. So you can see this, I don't know what, it's called the gold nugget texture? Is that what it's called? Leave it in the comments down below. But anyways, we have this shiny texture, and we have the matte texture, the gold nugget texture, whatever you want to call it. And then we have some dudes wrestling. This is a separate piece right here, which is actually very nice. It is raised up. And then more details coming throughout. This has to be one of the most gorgeous championships in professional wrestling history. And then we just have that rope lining all throughout, similar to how the new World Heavyweight Championship has it. And then we have more detail on this side, looking very cool. Now, there are two different versions to this championship, and when I was looking at buying them, the one that I wanted the most was the one with the WWE logo, because that is the one I grew up with as a kid. And I do have another World Heavyweight Championship in my collection. That is the WCW version, and it doesn't have the WWE logo up here, and it's actually silver plating with a white strap. So I'm going to pull that one out to compare later in the video. And then we have the first side plate right there. We got the 4 red jewels on each corner. And then we have the awesome floral design coming throughout. Some sort of suplex or arm takeover. I have no idea. And then we have that nice clamshell coming throughout. I really love the wrinkling on the leather right there. Makes it look very accurate and realistic. And then we have the snap box right here, the male side. Looking very nice and detailed. Love the texture on there. And coming over here to this side, let's pull this belt over just a little bit. And then we have the female side right here. Looking very nice. So I am not going to turn this belt over. You did see the back of this championship earlier in the video for a couple of minutes while I went on my talking spree. So yeah, all the screws are covered on the back. Just black. Very cool. And I got to point out, look at this curve. That is insane. Look, I can fit my whole hand under there without it touching. And that's one of the biggest things. Like, I remember watching The Big Show hold this championship, and Sheamus, Alberto Del Rio, and all those guys for a while. I particularly when Big Show held it. He held this version of the championship. It was super curved, very rounded, and it was just that version of the championship is my all-time favorite. Like, I go back and look at pictures of it all the time, and I was never able to quite get that exact look for Replica, and I finally did, and I'm very, very blessed and very happy to have this finally in my collection. There's one of the titles that I've wanted the most for a very, very long time, and I've put off because nobody made it right, but finally I got one that looks the part, and it looks absolutely gorgeous. And then, yeah, should we put it up on the wall? You guys haven't actually seen my wall in a long time, but there's some more belts over there. We got both the Attitude Era's, United States, Spinner, and then this is my updated, undisputed WWE Universal Championship Roman Reigns side plates. Of course, it is just the World Heavyweight Champion with the gold foil paper look on the back, which is pretty deceiving because if you look at it in pictures, it doesn't look like that. And it actually is double stacked plating. I just took a commemorative and stacked the replica on top of it. So, very cool. There's my collection, and let's see where we can fit this bad boy. Alrighty, so here we got all 3 big golds lined up that are in my collection. We have the WWE shop version, we have the mock belt version, and we have the Fandu version right over there. This was actually a custom that I got made a long time ago. It's actually missing some jewels. I've had this in storage for a little while, so some of the jewels rubbed off. But yeah, silver plates, looking really cool. Of course, it does say Tanner right there, which is pretty nice. And then we do get the new and improved big gold right there, looking fantastic from mock belt. And then we have the WWE shop version. And it's actually pretty interesting because for a while, the championship did look pretty similar to this one. But then it transitioned and it looked more beautiful. And of course, they went back and forth between different World Heavyweight Championships. I'm sure they went through several different ones through the years, so they probably changed and varied somewhat. But very cool. I still adore this championship. This is my 3rd ever replica. I bought it second, so technically it is my second, but the 3rd belt, or the United States Championship, which I bought after this, came before this, if that makes any sense. So this is one of my older replicas. Does say Daniel Bryan, all-time favorite wrestler. And then, yeah, so there's all 3 versions of the big olds in my collection. Alrighty, guys, that is it for this video review on the brand new mock belt WWE World Heavyweight Championship Big Gold. This thing is an absolute beauty. I am thoroughly impressed, and I'm really happy with this work from Mock Belt. And just look at that curvature, just sitting on my shoulder like that. You don't even need to hold it. You can just let it sit there. So absolutely fantastic. As for the floppiness, it does flop around pretty nicely. I know everybody likes their floppiness. The leather bend's amazing, of course, because it is real leather. But geez, just look at that detail. World Heavyweight Championship, can't go wrong with that. This is probably the most iconic championship in professional wrestling history. A lot of people can argue that the Winged Eagle is the most prestigious or most iconic in professional wrestling history. Me personally, I've always thought this is the most iconic and most prestigious in wrestling history. You've seen it created so many different times, whether it was in WWE, NWA, WCW. A lot of professional wrestling companies in the indies have created their championships and designed them after this design, just with their company's logo on it. So it just goes to show you. But absolutely amazing work. If you are curious where I got this championship, there are links in the description down below. But make sure to leave a comment down below what championship you want me to review next. This is kind of a lead-in for the future to the new World Heavyweight Championship. So I wanted to start with this. I needed to get the original version before I get the new version. Yeah, so I promise I will get the new version when the time comes. It's just everybody's doing video reviews on it right now. And if I just did it, it would just be thrown in a pile of videos that are very similar. So I don't want to be part of that group. I will review it when the time comes, and it will be by surprise. So make sure to hit that little bell notification right next to the subscription button, which you should subscribe because it doesn't cost anything at all. When you do click that bell, you will be notified when that World Heavyweight Championship replica video review is posted on this channel. But for now, let's enjoy this absolute beauty in the World Heavyweight Championship. I apologize if I've looked sweaty in this video review. I do live in California, and we just had this like hurricane warning, and everybody's so scared and going into stores and buying all this stuff, and it turns out that there wasn't actually a hurricane. It was just a tropical storm as per usual. And I don't know, it was a little ridiculous, but now it's freaking hot again. It's humid, I'm sweating. It sucks. But this makes everything better, World Heavyweight Championship. So make sure to like, comment, subscribe, leave it in a comment down below what you think of this championship, how you rank it out of 10, if you want a World Heavyweight Championship one day, and yeah, that would be pretty sick. Also, leave it in the comments down below. Who would you like to see Tanner Black face one day? By the way, if y'all don't know, my name is Tanner Tahanchuk, but in professional wrestling, I am a professional wrestler. My name is Tanner Black. I go by Tanner Black. So check out those videos if you want to. If you're curious, scroll through my channel. I have a number of my matches up there on the channel. So check that out. But leave it in the comments down below. Who would you like to see Tanner Black face in the future? That would be totally rad. But that is it for this video review. And thank you all for watching. Have a blessed day. God bless you all. WWE Fan Talk Show.